Hey guys, Cable here with another Minions tutorial. Um, this video I'll be covering Sneaky. I'm going to be a little bit limited in what I can show you in this video just because there are two Sneakies in the game and it kind of, limits my role as far as, how the team goes. I'll do my best to, cover basically, when you need to blink, where you need to blink, mini control, and just some overall tips that you can use and apply to your gameplay as Sneaky. And so first thing you got to do here is you have to throw grenades at your team. This lets them know that you know how to throw grenades. I guess. I don't know. Actually, it's just kind of fun. So this first battle is going to start off with the enemy team pushing our right tower. We're going to stun their Sneaky. We're not able to get that kill, but right here you can see their splodge has been hit with a glue. I'm shooting faster than he is, which means that I need to take that opportunity to farm as much XP off of him as I can. For those of you who don't know what farming XP is, I'll go ahead and explain that formula a little bit. You gain XP at a constant rate in this game. For every 2 consecutive shots you land on an enemy player, you gain twice as much XP. For every 2 consecutive shots you land on an enemy tower, you gain 3 times as much XP. Now right there you saw that I was stunned. Playing as Sneaky, that's the last thing that you want because it usually means you're going to die. But if you don't die, what's the next step you need to take? You need to blink. Where you need to blink, it kind of varies depending on the situation. Sometimes there's really no way to save yourself. But my personal preference is I like to blink as close to my team as possible and as far away from the enemy. The reason I do that is because if there is another player on the enemy team that wants to come up and finish me off, odds are my team should be on high alert at that point in time. They should see that I'm at low health and that the enemy might seize an opportunity to kill me. And they should be ready to kill anyone that comes at me. And regardless of whether they kill me or not, the person who killed me should have died. And you can see right there, I just, threw a grenade at their Sneaky and got the kill. But before that, I was actually targeting their Shouty. And whenever you're placing your grenades, you've really got to think, where is this going to land, how much damage is it going to do, and how is it going to help my team out? Well, right there, I was going to throw the grenade at their Shouty. I instead saw that my Stinger had low health and that their Sneaky was probably going to blink up and try to kill him. I was right, so I saved my grenade. Their Sneaky did come in, he did kill our Stinger, but I was able to hit him with that grenade and finish off the kill. Wasn't exactly a fair trade for our team, but it was better than just losing our Stinger. You can see right here, I'm going to make my first mistake. With this game, I changed up my level path a little bit. I choose to go grenade first, which is different for me. I usually go armor. And, that kind of bites me in the butt right there because I'm expecting to be able to tank a lot more damage than I actually am able to, and it causes me to die. So that's one thing that you need to remember. If you're going to be changing up your playstyle, you've really got to take into consideration how will this affect, my stats throughout the game. What do I need to do differently? And then you'll see up here in a minute, I'm going to start attacking their right tower. The reason I do that is because I see that their Stinger is on the left side of the map, and he's really my only threat right now. He's the only person that can stop me where I'm at and, allow the other team to get a kill on me. Some people say this is tower whoring. In a way, it kind of is. It works really well if you have a team that's on the same page as you. My team right here clearly was not. They're going to die right here. Maybe it's my fault. I don't know. Personally, I think, they should have been a little bit more aware. Okay, let's hit the tower and back up. We can always come back and finish it later. And that's one thing that I really think is important, like a good mindset to have in Minions is you don't have to stay until the tower is dead. You can leave because you're going to come back and knock down the tower. There's no reason to knock down a tower in one go. And it's something that's often remembered with, the first 2 towers, but not with the back towers and not with the main tower. You see right here, we're gonna, get a quick kill on their Sneaky. He's not fast enough to dodge our Stinger stun. And we're gonna come up here and finish off their Splodge as well. We've already gotten their left tower. All that's left is the right tower now. We're at the point where it's still early enough in the game that we don't want to make a push for their main tower or even just their main gray zone at all. Simply because, one, we don't have enough levels. Two, mid lane is spawning. You want to push in after you've won mid lane, not whenever it's coming out. And what happens there is team is a little bit too aggressive, pushes into the gray zone, and we end up losing our stinger because of it. You see right here, I get stunned again. That's just something you don't want to do as a sneaky. Now, if you do get stunned and you blink away and you have just a couple HP left, you've got to remember, and this is a mistake I just made here, is that you don't want to be anywhere within the enemy's line of sight if you're not able to blink away immediately. And my mistake there is going up and trying to clear those minis, and their shouty, took that opportunity to kill me. It was my mistake. I just wasn't thinking. But, it's something that you got to remain aware of throughout the game. Hey, I can die. Let's just, hang low for a second. Don't let the enemy know where I'm at. They can't see me. They can't kill me. Right here, this is going to be a perfect example of why it's important to win the middle lane. You can see their stinger's coming in to stun us, but then he sees that the mid minis are there and they're shooting at him, and he immediately backs off. Had we not had the mid lane there, that probably wouldn't happen, and this battle would have probably progressed a little bit differently. Right here, I'm, again, blink as far away from the enemy as you can and as close to your team. That way, if anyone tries to come and kill you, your team is going to be there to protect you. Another thing that you want to remember and kind of keep tabs on throughout the game is not only your skills and their cooldowns, but also the skills and cooldowns of your fellow teammates. If you see that your stinger has just stunned somebody and glued someone, don't blink in really close to them 3 seconds later and then yell whenever they don't stun the person you're trying to kill. It's not going to happen. The abilities are on cooldown, and it's not their fault, it's your fault for not paying attention. So here, I try to get the grenade in on their stinger, but the shouty's really close to me, fires a missile at me, and I have to blink because at that point my only options are get hit and die, or miss my attack and blink away and live to fight another day. And in most cases, that's the option that you really want to go with. Alright, you see right here, we're all pretty low health, so we're going to wait for our mid lane of minis to come so they can tank that damage for us. It's a good thing to do, but you want to get into the habit of, even if you have full health, waiting for those minis to come and tank for you. Just because when the enemy team gets around to spawning, you're going to want to have as much health left as possible. And you can see up here, it's kind of a crummy situation. Our sneaky gets stunned. And what I'm going to do here is I've already seen that their stinger has wasted his stun. And so is our stinger. So I'm not going to blink down towards him, because what happens there is he has no stun to protect me with, and our sneaky is also low health. He can't help me fight. But if I blink towards my shouty, who has all of his skills, it's a different story. If someone comes after me, he can unload and kill them, and we'll both survive. So it's another thing, you got to keep tabs on what skills your team has used, and let that affect your decisions on where you're going to blink and where you want to seek safety at. Right here, stinger gets stunned, so I'm going to move up and just kind of chase their stinger back a little bit. I don't want my team to die. Right here, I'm going to grenade their minis, and I'm going to walk away. And the reason I do that is because the enemies can see your last movements after you attack one of their minis, so I want them to see me walking away. I want them to think that I'm gone. Then when I come back, I'm careful not to get in the range of their minis, so that way I can come up here, throw a grenade at their tower without them really knowing that I'm there. Of course, with their splodge's sight, they still knew that I was there, but you understand the idea. And towards the end game, being able to blink over the walls of the main base is really important. You've got to remember to utilize that to help your team, the best that you can. You can see right here, my Stinger could have died right there, but instead, I blink over the wall, block him, he turns around and stuns, and I see that my Shouty's going to unload. He wants us to get this kill, so I'm going to go back and help us finish it off. And it's just, you gotta, there's this sort of unspoken communication that you like to have with your teams whenever you're playing. Hope you guys enjoyed this video and were able to learn a little bit from it.